send it along their way. And with that, I think we can now start with our introduction of the speaker. We have a great speaker lined up for you today. We have Priscilla Selvin. She is a senior business manager at Regalix, and she has a vast background in social media marketing and PR. And she's actually, in her past experience,
haven't, and what exactly have they done wrong in their approach to such kind of negative brand warfare that has happened in the recent past especially. So to begin with, just a brief run-up on social media per se, and how social media is becoming a very important tool for marketers today. A lot of organizations that we speak to and we work with initially have the apprehension in terms of, should we really invest in social media loyal engagement by leveraging social media platforms that are there today. So having understood the importance that social media is causing, can social media really go wrong? Can me having a fan page on Facebook really benefit me, or can it backfire on me? And in the recent past, we have some of the bigger organizations who have invested in this property, and they've also learned a lot from the things that have happened in that space. People seem to think, and there are quite a few marketers whom we talk to who are apprehensive in terms of, creating a platform on social media under the where organizations are learning how to use the web to also communicate positive news to their audiences. For example, Comcast is one of the classic cases that we've seen in social media, where you had a video that was published by a customer of a Comcast technician sleeping on their couch, and the way that has helped him is in terms of the shares that they've seen growing up post the shift on Twitter. Some other popular brands which have had to face this backlash have been brands like Dove, where there was a Greenpeace campaign that was launched against Dove using palm oil, where they were cutting down Indonesia, where the user base has picked that up and multiplied it almost threefold to what it was today, to a point which you have more than 2 million views cumulatively for this video by itself. Now, what did Nestle do? They had a page on Facebook, but the communication strategy that was put together for this was completely wrong. The way that they approached it gave users the feeling that that they did not really care about as an important tool, or also in terms of not knowing the right means of treating the kind of negative publicity that was there. But what do we do if such a thing happens to the brand that we are working for? How do we kind of ensure that we are safe from any kind of negative news that happens out there? And one approach that people would say or adopt is, thing that you would want to do is monitor the social media space. There are a lot of social media monitoring tools that are available there, some of them paid, some of them free. The free tool that you could use is something like a Google Alerts, where you set up alerts for your brand keywords, and talking in a very corporate-ish tone would not help, especially with social media. Some case studies of organizations who've had to face this backlash and who've turned things around in Facebook, which is a negative in that sense in terms of the entire social media engagement that is there. The other brand that we have, which has kind of done well with the negative social media publicity, was Dell. Most of you guys would remember that there's something positive for the user and the customers that they're catering to. In fact, Dell is probably the only organization that we know of today which has said that the social media activity has actually led to them earning revenues to go back to the step 4, and if you could just briefly go over the step 4 pointers, that would be helpful. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, step 4 was primarily in
Interesting. Okay, so I guess with that we have come to the end of our session today. I'd like to thank Priscilla, of course, a wonderful speaker, and our great audience for staying with us through the session. We have interesting webinars coming up every week, so do keep checking out our website, regalix.com. Send her an email, and she'll be more than willing to help you out. Thank you once again for your participation, and we look forward to having you for future sessions. Thanks, Priscilla.
Thanks, Namrata.